Hello YouTube. We are back. Um, as I said, we will be doing side stuff. So the first thing we're going to do is unlock the Firmament. Equipment notice. Towards the Firmament. The notice reads, workers sought for the Firmament reconstruction project. In smaller letters it continues. Let it be known that large-scale reconstruction works aimed at revitalizing the Holy See of Ishgard have been approved by the Houses of Lords and Commons. Selected as the principal site for the project is the Firmament District, which sustained extensive damage during the war. Willing and able hands are now sought to contribute to the reconstruction effort, regardless of birth and origin. From those skilled in the gathering from the land to those adept at creating with their hands, the project's needs are great and diverse. Contributions will not go unwarranted or unrewarded. Interested parties are invited to present themselves in the Firmament. According to the note at the bottom of the notice, a man named Tomelin, I don't know, in the Brume will show you the district. We're gonna also pick up the other quests. So yeah, probably the next, I would say 2-3 videos, we're gonna go around doing side content. So I can like more accurately get stuff. Because we're at this point we are level 60, 65. At this point we can definitely pick up, I think Sage is 70, but we can definitely pick up the Dark Knight. We can pick up the Machinist. I think the Dancer is 60, so I think we can pick up that. We never picked up the Blue Mage or never finished it. One or the other. I'm not sure about the Reaper if it's 70. Pretty sure the Gunbreaker is 60. So yeah, we can pick up a few more classes. And that's going to be another thing we're going to do. And get our weekly and daily and maybe some tribal stuff too, since we haven't done the dailies of them in a while. And maybe unlock the other ones as well. We'll see. Unlocking the one tribe is going to take like an entire fucking video though. Well met, friend. Answering the call of the Firmament, are you? Wonderful, wonderful. Wait, I know you. You're the savior of Ishgard. Are you saying that you would contribute to the reconstruction project? Yes, I'm ready and willing. I chanced to see the notice. Yes, I'm ready and willing. To think that a fabled hero such as you would help to rebuild our city. We are grateful beyond words. I don't know if we can actually use much in the Firmament right now because of our levels of stuff, but we'll see. There is just one trifling matter. Do you perchance possess a work permit? It is a requirement for non-Ishgardians, you see. Nope, I don't. Is that so? As I recall, you are a ward of House Bertone. In which case, perhaps an exception can be made. Alas, I don't have the authority to make such a decision. Well, I do, and I believe the permit can be overlooked in her case. Lord Overseer! That you should grace us again. Do you remember him? Greetings, my friend. It has been quite a while. Indeed, I shouldn't be surprised if you have forgotten me. Do you all remember Frenzel? I remember Frenzel. Do you? Of course I haven't forgotten you. How's Hale? Honored am I that you should remember me. Much and more has happened since first we met. Not least of all the war's end and Ishgard's transformation. It feels like an age ago that you and Lord Hoshafont saved me from a heretic's fate. You had proven your worth to me then. Even so, little did I expect that you would go on to save our entire nation. You are a hero to us all, and no amount of words could express my gratitude. No, only through action could I begin to repay the debt. Thus did I resolve to do my part for Ishgard, that I might honor those noble souls who risked life and limb to protect the nation, souls such as you and Lord Hoshafont. And so, when an overseer was being sought for the restoration project, I put forth my candidacy as the representative of my house. Our workshops and engineers could be put to good use, I reasoned. It was by no means not unanimous, but the Fury saw fit to see me elected to the office. Honored am I for this opportunity to serve the nation, and to redeem House Hale's good name. Owing to the contribution of artisans hailing from far and wide, we have accomplished our goal of rebuilding the district. However, we are still short-handed in the area of administration, on account of which I have been performing such odd tasks as I could. Which is what brings me here today. As a matter of fact, I am about to go and survey our citizens in order to learn what they envision to the firmament, or for the firmament. If you can spare a moment, might I have the pleasure of your company? Well-traveled as you are, your opinion would be of great interest to me, and I believe folk would be more willing to share their thoughts with you. You have my gratitude. Without further ado, then, let us take ourselves to the jeweled Corsair. We are bound to find a diverse assortment of people there. Guild Corsair. I also have to do the Dusk Vigil and a couple other things, though. We might do the dungeon too for our leveling up our brain, leveling up the company. Yes, this should be a suitable spot. Join Fencel as he surveys passerbys to learn their opinion of Firmament. As the survey may take several minutes, you may wish to cancel any pending Duty Finder registrations. Yes. Hey, Hilda. Well, I come here to get supplies for the watch, and what should I find but a familiar face? And if that ain't a pretty lad you've got with you, Lily, and a high-born one besides, you've done well for yourself. You know me, I always aim high. It's not what it looks like. You know me, I always aim high. I'm teasing is all. Any road, it's good to see you, my friend. What brings you here? Lady Hilda. I like how you reacted like, oh shit! Lady Hilda, your reputation precedes you. As you may be aware, approval was recently passed for the restoration of the Firmament. In order to build a district that best serves its residents, we would know what good citizens, such as yourself, envision for it. Will you not share with us your thoughts? Ah, so you're the one they appointed overseer. Well then, you won't mind if I speak freely. Now this ain't hardly revolutionary, but I want the Firmament to be a place we can all make an honest living, where if a man works hard enough, he can have a roof over his head and food in his belly. Aye, might be as the war is over, but for a lot of us, the struggle continues. Same as before. The sort of struggle blue bloods will never know. Remember, Ishgard don't belong only to the high and the holy now. If the nation is to prosper, all her citizens need to prosper. Well, we must be getting on, but if you've need of guards, feel free to send word. If the coin's fair, I reckon we can come to an arrangement. Sounds good, Hilda. Ah, that there's Lord Briarden... whatever. Briardian? I had heard he was traveling the realm in his capacity as a consulting inspector, but it appears he has returned to Ishgard. Like your good self, he is a well-traveled individual, and I should like to inquire after his opinion. Do you suppose we could beg a moment of his time? A moment, good inspector. You there, the one with the spectacles! A moment, good inspector. If it is an inspector you seek, you shan't find one more capable. Indeed, you could do worse. Far worse. Lord Riardian, a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Francel de Hale, and I have the honor of overseeing the reconstruction of the Firmament. It is known that you are intimately familiar with all the city-states of Eorzea, and I should be much obliged for your insights. In your expert opinion, what is the one thing you believe that the Firmament needs most? If the district is to thrive, then it must have a thriving economy. As I have oft observed in my travels, the flow of goods and people is as lifeblood to a city, and should be encouraged. Ishgard has long been insular, but recent changes present a great opportunity. Given the right planning, I am hopeful that ours may become a nation where no citizen lives in want. I bid you the very best in your endeavors, and should you have need of my investigative prowess, do not hesitate to call upon me. By your leave. Oh there, old boy! My brave and dashing Lord of Milan! Let's use reaction. And there I thought a distressed damsel was crying out for the comfort of mine arms. You surely know how to get a man's hope up, old girl. And if it isn't my dear Lord Francel, how fares your lovely sister? Has she perchance spoken of me of late? If Lenietta has spoken of you, I fear it has not been in our conversations. Now, if I may change the subject, Lord Emilienne, you will have heard that the restoration of the Firmament has commenced. Is there aught that you envision for the district? What I envision, I can't say I'd given it much thought. Well, with the war finally come to an end, what is in order if not festivities? Yes, make the Firmament into a festive place, I say. A place where one and all may engage in revelry each and every day. Beg pardons, my lord, but I believe Lord Francel seeks something more specific and, dare I say, constructive. No, the advice comes from the heart, and I shall take it to heart. You have my gratitude, Lord Emilienne. Old boy. Always a pleasure to aid a fellow man. Now then, we must be on our way. Take care, Lily, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. So you want me to do nothing? I mean, yeah, I won't do anything you wouldn't do. Oh, and Lord Francel, do send my fondest regards to your sister. Tell her how very helpful I was. Yes, that's good. Poor girl. Well, I dare say we have spoken with enough people. Shall we conclude this surveying and review what we have learned? Sure. Thanks to your presence, we were able to hear a diverse variety of opinions. Each one has merit. Whether the question is whether the visions can be made reality. No, such pessimism will not serve. I must have faith and try my earnest best. Now then, for all this talk of the firmament, you haven't even seen it, have you? Would you care to inspect it with me? I will be there for a while hence, so please join me at your leisure. Some man by the entrance will show you to the district. Oh, and when you see the man, would you mind giving him this? It is bone-chilling work, standing there as he does, and it is little something to keep him warm. And it is a little something to keep him warm. I could as easily hand it to him, to be sure, but it would be all the more warming coming from the savior of Ishgard. With that, I shall go on ahead. See you in the firmament, my friend. Yeah, I think because I'm not like even skipping cutscenes and stuff with this, it can take a bit to go through the firmament, especially if I have the ability to unlock the other stuff, which I don't think I do. But if I by chance do, yeah, it can be a bit. It can be a bit much. Hey, sir. Welcome back, my lady. Will you be heading to the firmament? Can you show me? There, thank you. Here you go. From the Lord Overseer, you say. He is truly too kind. Before I began working under Lord Francel, I had thought as little of highborns as I assumed they thought of us commoners. But my lord not only treats everyone as equals, he shows kindness to everyone. And to receive this gift from the hands of the savior of Ishgard herself, I am touched beyond words. Thank you, my lady. I shall enjoy the wine when I find a quiet moment. Now then, I believe Lord Francel is expecting you in the firmament. Just say the word and I will show you through. Yes. I forgot, you don't actually have to get the Ethernet service here. So there's your retainers here, which is good because you have stuff. Oh, they're not going to actually let me talk to any of these because we haven't. But yeah, so a lot of these events go on, and you can go here and like craft stuff for that, and they'll do like random ones. I forget if they actually like tell you when or like the timing of them. I've not really done them, but yeah, it's another thing you can do. There's just too much in the game, like, and I don't want to say too much. There is a lot in the game, so like, even with all my hours, because I play other characters and stuff, I just don't have time yet to go through everything. There you are, Lily. I bid you welcome to the firmament. As you can see, the rebuilding itself is complete. This is but the beginning, however, and we must now turn our attention to the running of the district. We have much and more to do, but speaking to the people has stoked the fires of my determination. I want to make the firmament into a vibrant, thriving district, where highborn and lowborn alike may live side by side in harmony. Yet I would be lying. What? Yet I would be lying were I to say the task does not daunt me. There is a limit to what I can achieve, especially given House Hale's diminished influence. Have I come at a bad time? Count Edmund, to what do we owe the honor? Lest you forget, I am the Count de Fortam, no more, just a retired old man. As for my presence here, Emilienne reported that Lily was in Ishgard, and I thought I would make a social call. You will forgive me my eavesdropping, but it seems the reconstruction project is not immune to uncertainty that has accompanied our nation's transition to a republic. Lily, I am given to understand that the other nations have established residential districts for adventurer use. Is this true? Yes. I have a house in one. Yes, I've heard of such places. Sorry, I've been living under a rock. I mean, technically, yes, I don't have a place, but yes, I've heard of such places. Districts specifically for adventure use, where they might possess their own abode? Intriguing. The truth is, our nation is divided by a gulf. While the distribution of wealth may go some ways towards closing this gulf, it shall not lead to true independence for the masses. We must ask ourselves, in this new age in which we live, what role should each one of us play? In pondering this dilemma, I believe that we may draw inspiration from adventurers and their independent lives. Independent lives? If we were to translate this into the firmament, might it not assume the form of self-administration? It seems you have found a spark, in which case this old man's ramblings have served their purpose. I shall pray for your success, Lord Francel. Your words are as a beacon in the dark, my lord. Thank you. Well, Lily, you seem to be occupied at the present, so I will leave you to your task. But when next we meet, I hope to be regaled with your recent adventures. As ever, for Tom's manor is at your disposal should you need a rest. You done talking, Francel? I'm itching to meet your hero friend. Yes, forgive me for the wait. Lily, permit me to introduce you to Ogbert. Formerly an engineer of our house. He now serves as the project's chief foreman. It is thanks to his leadership on site that I am able to focus my energies on on the administrative aspect of the reconstruction. Francel's told me a lot about you, Lily. First you saved the whole bleeding nation, now you're helping us rebuild it brick by brick. What can I say, except it's great to have you on board. If you have any questions about the work, I'd be happy to field them. Just save the tedious stuff, like the budget for Francel, eh? Speaking of which, if you can spare another moment, my friend, I should like to consult you on some administrative matters. With all the little tasks demanding my time, I cannot always be present on site, but I endeavor to visit as often as possible, and I hope to see you often too. You now have access to the Firmament. An option has been added to teleport here from the Foundation Aetherite. That's why I always keep the Foundation Aetherite as one of my favorites now. That way I can teleport back and just go straight into the Firmament if I want to. Speak with Ogbert to learn more about how you may contribute to the reconstruction effort. Hey, Ogbert. Right, Lily, if you're gonna lend us a hand, a little explanation is in order. First thing I want to talk about is that there Sky Builder's board. Most of what's written there is for newcomers, though I reckon it never hurts for even veterans to give a look at it from time to time. Besides that, we try to keep a record of our progress to date, that it might guide us going forward. Now then, let's talk about the work itself. The main thing we need our artisans to do is provide us with supplies. On that topic, I reckon it's quicker if you speak with Potkin over there. Run along and introduce yourself to him. So you must be a disciple of hand or land, so it's fates for that. And they tell you how to do it up there, but like, I'm not worried about it. Hey, Potkin. Ah, my Lady Lily. The Chief Foreman mentioned that you'd be helping us. It'd be my pleasure to explain the work to you. Though the reconstruction effort itself is complete, we remain in need of supplies for maintenance and upkeep of the Firmament. The items you donate will be put to use for building inspection and repair, as well as to provide necessary services to all those who call the district home. Items you wish to donate can be brought to myself. Feel free to ask me anytime about what we seek. Naturally, you'll be rewarded for your contributions depending on the item. We'll present you with an amount in Sky Builder scripts. Oh, and I should mention that we've introduced an initiative to provide additional incentives and excitement to collaborators such as your good self. The initiative takes the form of a game of chance called Couple of Fortune. Permit me to give you a brief overview. When you donate certain items to us, you will receive a stamp upon a voucher. Once you have collected 5 stamps, you may take the voucher to Lisbeth for your chance to win a splendid prize. If you wish to know more, I recommend you speak with Lisbeth herself. But pains me to say we require all artisans to possess a certain level of skill. I'm afraid there isn't anything we can ask you to bring at this time. You must have a Disciple of Hand, class of 20, a level 20 or above, in order to deliver items, so yeah. That's why we need to get at least to level 20, which we almost have it with Blacksmith. Yeah, we have a lot of little stuff we need to like really push here. But I wanted to do it here, specifically. Or once we had this, I guess I should say. So, yeah. If you're interested in Kupo nuts, I'm afraid I cannot assist. But if you're interested in the Kupo of Fortune, you've come to the right place, Kupo. If it pleases you, I shall explain how the game works. Upon each Kupo of Fortune card, there are 4 hexagons, each depicting a treasure chest, provided courtesy of our Moogle friends. Playing is simple. You scratch open a chest of your choice. If the chest holds something from the 1st to 4th prize, congratulations! The fabulous item shown on the prize is yours. But to be fairly warned, a ferocious beast lies in wait for hapless treasure hunters. Should you find a griffin instead, you must console yourself with a consolation prize. Now for some important details. The chest on the left holds only 2nd, 3rd, and 4th prizes, meaning while you cannot win the 1st prize, neither is there the danger of finding a griffin. The 3 chests on the right, meanwhile, can hold any of the 4 prizes as well as a griffin, meaning while you have a chance to reap the richest reward, you may also walk away with a paltry prize. Which side you scratch upon, or scratch open, is entirely your choice. As the prizes on offer change each time you play, be sure to cast an eye over the prize list before trying your luck. That concludes the explanation. If you wish to review the rules, I will post the information on the Sky Builders board, so please refer to it at your leisure. Oh, and may I ask if you've been informed about exchanging Sky Builder scripts? If not, I urge you to seek out Ine for the details. Welcome, my lady. You honor us with not only your presence, but your contribution besides. Now, you may have heard that contributing to the cause earns you Skybuilder scripts. These may be brought here to be exchanged for a selection of wares. We endeavor to expand the range of items offered, that we might continue to attract contributors, even now that the reconstruction effort itself has been completed. Aside from donating items, you may also earn scripts by bringing materials gathered in the Diadem. Have you been informed about these, perchance? If not, what peasant will be able to... whatever the fuck you say that name, will be able to furnish you with the particulars. Meanwhile, I shall look forward to exchanging many scripts for you. So there's quite a few. See, if you get the tokens from doing that, you can get stuff too. And you can like look at what certain things give you. But you need a lot depending on what you're getting. Eyes. So yeah, there's stuff in here. There's all different things depending on what you're looking at. Is it this one? No, I think it's the other one. Yeah. It's this Sky Workers one that I like. This is actually one that I use in my main character that I had before. Like, I started 3 years ago. I have her have tattoos, because the shirt itself comes with the tattoos down the arm. So this is like my crafter shirt. You can also get a bunch of different things in here. Some of the stuff obviously is like portraits and stuff for like a house. But then there's also the mounts here. You can get different types of mounts. Different like emotes you can get. So yeah, there's a lot of random stuff you can do here. Oh, this is how you get the broom. So the people, if you ever see the people sweeping, that's how you get the sweeping one. And these modern aesthetics, I believe, are haircuts. And you get minions as well. Barding to put on your mount, music. Oh, here you can get a bunch of different... Yeah, you can get a bunch of different umbrellas. Actually, I'm curious about something. Actually, it doesn't say these are on... The Pegasus is. The Pegasus one is. But these don't say that they're market prohibited or anything, so... You can probably get these on a different character and bring them over to this one if you wanted to. That's what I wanted to look at though, the gear. Is this... It also doesn't say it's market prohibited, so you probably can get it on like one character that's higher up and then put it on a different one if you want. Possibly, I don't know for sure. I'd have to see once it's like in the inventory. I haven't spent a ton here, so yeah, since I've been back anyway. So I've just done it to level up because I think this is after 20. This is the easiest place to level up. My lady Lily, what an honor. How may I serve you this day? You have a mind to employ your gathering skills for the benefit of the restoration effort, you say? Marvelous, marvelous. It shall be my pleasure to provide you with an explanation of our work. As you're doubtless already aware, the Firmament's reconstruction demands a veritable mountain of materials. In order to meet their need, it was decided that we would harness the Diadem's abundance of resources. Able gatherers, such as your good self, may venture forth to the Isles and bring back materials to be used in the Firmament's reconstruction. Given the nature of the Isles, however, we must make certain that the materials found there are not, shall we say, tainted, before we put them to use. To that end, we ask that you bring all the items you have gathered to myself for inspection. Those items that are deemed safe will be returned to you with a seal of approval. Unless you wonder, yes, fish are also subject to inspection. By your puzzled expression, I see you struggle to fathom what use the restoration effort has for fish. You see, the fish that inhabited Diadem are known to consume unusual things, and through inspection we determine whether a creature holds resources in its belly. Once this is confirmed, you may help yourself to the bounty with a quick spot of I hate that word. I hate that word, and anybody that has been following every single video knows I struggle saying that word. So deconstruct is what I'm gonna say. Now then, you are surely curious as to what you stand to gain for your troubles. In recognition of dangers of the Diadem, we offer Skybuilder scripts by way of recompense. Furthermore, all materials you find are yours to do with as you please, for whether you choose to sell them to crafters or craft with them yourself. They will ultimately benefit the reconstruction. That concludes my explanation. If you have a mind to travel to the Diadem for this endeavor, pray present yourself to Lord Arvael, besides me, for further information. Ah, my Lady Lily, you are welcome. I take it you have received an overview of our part in the restoration effort. It shall be my pleasure to apprise you of all the details. As you are doubtless aware, the Diadem is a land where the ether is in constant flux. This phenomenon gives rise to an ever-changing environment, but if there has been one constant, it is that the Isles have always teemed with savage creatures. Yet, when I recently journeyed there to investigate a change in the ether, what should I find but that the population of dangerous fauna has markedly decreased? Never has it been easier to avail ourselves of the Diadem's bounty. Seeing the potential for this development to benefit Ishgard, I presented this discovery to our nation's leaders, who wasted no time designating the Isles as an official foraging ground for the restoration project. And now we seek those versed in the field of foraging to travel to the Diadem and bring back resources needed for the Firmament's reconstruction. Lest you worry that pickaxes, hatchets, and fishing rods provide poor protection against these creatures that still lurk on the Isles, never fear. We have measured to keep our valued volunteers safe. Behold, the Ethermatic Augur, conceived by none other than my lord brother Stephivian. This ingenious contraption is a marvel of personal protection and resource procurement. Permit me to explain. As you know, the Isle of Diadem are replete with ether. The augur gradually absorbs it as you go about your foraging. Once you have sufficient ether stored, you may unleash a compressed blast of it against a hapless being, and presto, the creature is now a bounty of resources. And there you have it. Armed with the auger, we ask that you gather and bring back resources from the Diadem. It couldn't be simpler. But to think that my lord brother's creation should benefit my venture, which in turn serves to aid the efforts of our younger brother, all for the benefit of our nation. Proud am I to call myself a Hale. But come, my friend, we mustn't dally while honor and glory await. Let us set forth for the Diadem at once, is what I would say, but for the sake of formality, I am required to introduce you to someone. Behind you, and from the kitchen, there stands Lord Ludolf Variant, hailing from a long line of scholars. The man has a gift for numbers and is charged with tallying skyward scores. If you are a mind to lend us your procuring prowess, you would do well to speak with him. So much talking. Just let me unlock the place already, goddammit. I see them. Yes, I see them. The threads of fate intertwined us, binding us together as strongly as chains of mithril. Long have I awaited the coming of one such as you. My apologies, but I am wont to become excited in the presence of peerless artisans. My name is Ludovrant, and I have the honor of tallying skyward scores in order to accord greater recognition to our collaborators. We have begun keeping records of your contributions to the restoration effort. By donating items that are exceptionally difficult to obtain or craft, you will earn an amount in skyward points. Now that the reconstruction effort itself is over, we've shifted our focus to collecting essential items necessary for daily maintenance and upkeep. As such, I continue to tally accumulated scores for our sky builders. Pass various point thresholds, and it would be our pleasure to reward you with an assortment of gifts as a token of our thanks for your efforts. Should you wish to know your current score at any time, you need only speak with me. I don't think I've ever spoke with him, honestly. I definitely haven't since I've been back. I wonder if I have on my older character. If you wish to know more, I'd be happy to assist. For the sake of good form, however, may I trouble you to first report back to Chief Foreman Ugbert. Can't stop, won't stop. The stew certainly has improved. You're saying can't stop, won't stop because you're eating? Where have you been all my life? Damn. That stew must be damn good. There you are. I trust you've got a grasp of how things work around here now. And if you need to review something, the Sky Builders board is good for that. Hey, if you got a knack for gathering resources, reckon you ought to have a chat with RVL. What he has to say is bound to be of interest. That's all from me now. I'll let you run along, but let me just say this. For a famous hero like you to help us here on the ground, you're a good sort, Lee. So, let's see, what level do I have? Honest is the highest. I'm gonna do the minor, but we don't really have the minor level. What do I need today? Sunrise. Go get that. Let me interrupt that real quick. Action. Reduce. Go ahead and get Good stuff. Not needed that, but that will give me some more experience. Get 10 of these. That was enough to level, but I don't know if you have to actually be 20, but I know it's not gonna be that easy otherwise anyway, so just whatever. I've been working on the railroad. All live long day. Damn it. Let's get it. Yeah, that. A few things I want to do here. Came in to turn it and stuff. That's what. Because I can get by with unlocking my stuff. It's gonna be like 2 levels. That's why I wanted to do it. Also, let's get rid of some of this shit. Give ourselves more, look at some of it just to see what it looks like, but I'm gonna just give most of it away. It's from the dungeons that we've done. Choker, ring. God awful ugly. Chokers. This is gonna give us a lot of more room in general. Yep. We need to do the dungeon and the hunting log, so that's something we need to do as well, but postpone that for now. Now we need to go to Udal. I'm gonna do the mining quest just so we have the beginning ones done. They should be easy enough. We might actually even have it just. Oh, we're at the 15 one. Okay. We're not even at the base one. Lily, I've been searching high and low for you. I forgot that we even did some of them. You have a visitor, no ordinary one at that. I speak of Deep Canyon, vice foreman of Imagini, Imagini? I forget. And Son's mineral concern. It seems a word of your sizable haul of obsidian has reached his ears, and now he wishes to meet with you. You can only speculate as to his intention, I'm afraid. We haven't spoken much of late. Truth be told, I've scarcely seen him. You'd never know it, but we used to be close. Anyway, I suggest you go and see the man. Find out what he wants of you. He's waiting by the entrance. You must be Lily Lovecraft. I've been waiting for you. I'm Deep Canyon, vice foreman of the concern. I must say, you're not what I was expecting. I was sure Adalberta's newest protege would be an Alamegian, like every other miner this place produces these days. But I'll wager you're from even farther afield, and that you're an adventurer. No offense, but in these parts, adventurers are known for being fickle buggers who break pledges like the rest of us break bread. Truth be told, I've always wondered whether you lot are actually good for Udal. But it seems you're not like the others. It takes more than a jobbing miner to deliver an order from the concern. I have a mind to assign you work. Real work. Before I do, I'm obliged to test you. I want you to procure 10 ounces of cinnabar for me. Do this, and we'll talk about more lucrative undertakings. Of course, a bit of cinnabar shouldn't pose much trouble for the guild's rising star. 'Tis but a formality. And speaking of formalities, be sure to tell the guildmaster about your little test. She's the one in charge around here, after all. I won't have it said that I'm undermining her authority. Yeah, I'll take it for now. Test from Deep Canyon, you say? I thought as much. In case you don't know, cinnabar is the mineral used to make quicksilver. It's found in certain types of rock, and you invariably need a sledgehammer to get at it. Now, I don't mean to dampen your spirits, but contrary to what you were told, cinnabar isn't easy to find. In fact, it's known to elude even experienced miners. And here you are, tasked with procuring 10 ounces of the stuff. Safe to say, this test is no mere formality. I may not be able to help you dig, but I can point you in the right direction. Search just out the Sunrise Gate. The rocky outcrops thereabouts are known to yield cinnabar. 10 ounces may sound like nothing, but take it from me, you'll have to work for every one. This is a big task, Lily, but I believe you're equal to it. Now, I have curiosity to test. I assume it's by the flames. I don't know if I did or not, but I'm curious to see what I put aside when I did the quest myself. For my other characters, I might literally have it. No, I don't have the Cinnabar put to the side. Some of this stuff is for quests. I think all of this stuff is for quests. I could be wrong. I don't have minor stuff here. I bought here. Should take these. That way I can... All this stuff is from the Firmament, by the way. This stuff with the stamps on it. This is from one of my other characters. I've gone to, or actually two of my other characters. One. I've gone about putting everything here for my characters for this. That way, I have access to it on no matter what character. So we might be dabbling in this as well, but I'll be showing the Diadem first before we bother doing that, of course. And if you can't tell, I put this stuff here. This is the Palace of the Dead stuff. Okay, I do not have that, so... By the way, where is the Viper? The other instinct is the Reaper, so it's 70 for the Reaper. Sunrise 8. I don't know which one they're saying this is the Sunrise Gate. Let's see. No, Sledgehammer, so it'd be this one. Western. I never went to the houses in this area. We'll get around to it all eventually. I need to sneak so I don't get attacked and killed. Yeah, we'll get through some of this. And then we'll check out the Diadem as well. I just figure we'll do the current quest that we can have for the miner. That way we have like our maximum, because it's gonna be, I think, a little harsh to gather some of this stuff, depending on what levels we are. So as such, I just, want to give us our best chance at doing it. Minor. I didn't really prepare to know what I needed to gather ahead of time, so... I want 10 ounces of cinnabar and not one less. Oh, and make it quick. I've got other commissions that want seeing to. There. Well, the full amount. Congratulations, Lily. You've passed the test. Seems you've got even more potential than I'd been led to believe. This guild's no place for a lass of your talent. I'd make you my personal assistant, but sadly for you, the position's not open to adventurers. Why? Because the concern only employs those whose roots are firmly planted in Ildal. Our nation owes much of its prosperity to the mining trade, but more and more we see outsiders growing fat off the knowledge of our forebears. Oh, I know full well that there are decent foreigners out there who give as much as they get, yourself for one, but ultimately, what belongs to Udal should stay in Udal hands. Of course, the current guildmaster doesn't share our way of thinking, which is something I dare say we'll need to see about correcting before long. Might be as business is good, but 'tis better to be short-handed than to watch outsiders make off with our wealth. But we were talking about you, Lily. You've proven yourself capable, and the concern'll have more work for you in the coming days. Depend on it. Before I go, here's some free advice from me. Pay more attention to your gear. What you wear and wield affects how well you work. Even a decent pair of gloves can make a world of difference. Take my word for it. These things cost money, 'tis true, but what's the price of a pair of gloves compared to the untold wealth that lies out there, waiting to be dug up? Bugger all. That's what. And on that note, I'll be off. I don't doubt we'll meet again soon, assuming you stick with the trade long enough, that is. Certain gear grants bonuses to your gathering, perception, and GP values. A higher gathering rating improves your chances of obtaining an item, greater perception raises the amount of items obtained, and additional GP increases your extracting stamina. Outfitting yourself with an eye to your objectives will increase the efficiency of your gathering endeavors. What do I have? That'll actually be alright overall for both, so I might take that. It's not that much better. I don't even have boots apparently. But this is going to be better. And then there is see what we need. Old wisdom, new ways. Ah, Lily, I heard you passed the vice foreman's test. Well done. I never doubted that you'd manage it, but I'm proud of you all the same. Tell me, did Deep Canyon have any words of advice for you by any chance? I see. In case you're wondering, the vice foreman used to be a miner himself. But more than that, he used to be my mentor. My father was a miner too, but he died in a cave-in when I was a child. When I was but a child. The guild's been as a home to me since, and its members my family. I grew up here, watching girls sing and dance on that very stage. I even joined them for a while. It seemed the best way to please my adopted family. I didn't want to become a miner back then, you see. After what happened to my father, I could scarcely face the thought of spending a moment underground, never mind a lifetime. Not that the stage suited me much better, which left what, exactly? Having been surrounded by miners for as long as I could remember, I began to wonder if I truly belonged among them. I even considered leaving. It was then that one of the guild's brightest and best took me by my hand and showed me the joys of mining. I speak, of course, of Deep Canyon. He taught me everything he knew, which was a great deal, and the more I learned of mining, the closer I felt to my father. I owe a lot to Deep Canyon, despite how things turned out. But I'm rambling. I meant only to tell you that the man knows what he's talking about, when it comes to mining, at least. Now it's high time I taught you something. You are here to learn, after all. It concerns the vice foreman's advice to you. He speaks true. A miner who neglects his gear can't hope to work to his full potential. In the past, if you wanted to improve your gear, you had little choice but to replace it. But these days we have materia. By your confused expression, I take it you're not familiar with the stuff. Well then, I reckon a lesson is in order. Simply put, materia is a kind of crystal that enhances the properties of equipment it's attached to. The attachment process is fairly simple, but that wasn't always the case. Time was you needed substances called catalysts, and digging the stuff up once formed a healthy part of a miner's workday. Now, even though no one needs catalysts anymore, there's still educational merit in the gathering. To that end, I want you to try your hand at mining a variety of it, namely grade 1 carbonized matter. 15 fragments ought to do. You'll have the best luck searching around the D. Novell checkpoint over in Middle Lenosia. Oh, and you'll most definitely need your sledgehammer. I do not remember if I put that to the side as well. I feel like I did, but I wonder if I ended up using it on another character or something. And I don't remember how much I put to the side, so I might have put only one thing to the side. Did I not? I thought I did. I must have not. I thought I did. Oh, yep, I did. It's down here. Gather what? We don't need to gather anything. Here, I totally got this on myself. How goes your search for the carbonized matter? Don't forget, it's 15 fragments I want. Yeah, I totally just got it here. Aye, precisely 15 fragments of grade 1 carbonized matter. Well done, Lily. Now, I expect you're keen to learn about materia. Well, first thing I should tell you is that it's not been around for long. In Eorzea, at least. Knowledge of its use only came to our shore a few years back. The process of enhancing equipment goes something like this. First, you take well-worn gear and extract materia from it. Don't ask me how. You then take that materia and attach it to the item you want to enhance. It's this procedure known as melding that once required catalysts like the kind you brought me. I should mention at this point that the actual task of melding is something that only skilled disciples of the hand should attempt. That's weavers, goldsmiths, and so on. These people used to depend on us, disciples of the hand, to supply them with catalysts. Then catalyst-free melding was discovered, and we lost not a small source of work. But that's just progress for you, and I try to be happy for it. Now, there are various kinds of materia, each offering unique benefits, and, as I'm sure you've guessed, some of them can be exceedingly useful to miners. It's these which I recommend you seek out. Once you've found a materia you like, you just need to ask a friendly disciple of the hand to do the melding for you. I'm sure there's one among your acquaintances. Perception. I guess since I just don't have pants, I'll do that one. Now we'll do upgrades though. Or pants, boots. I not boots. Okay. Let us change this. Let's head over to a quicksand, a quick detour. In us. Go ahead. These are untradeable, so let's put this away. Chocobo suit. Put away. Alpine coat. Science jacket. Bottoms. The boots. Monocle. Okay. Directly we have that done now. I don't think we have anything we picked up. We didn't do any botanist stuff, did we? I don't think we did. Mining though. I had a couple cinnabar. in here. That in here. And all of this. That way I know that is all mining stuff. Oh. Yeah. So we'll keep the sunglasses on even on this one. Oh, we don't have. Yeah. I remember. Let's sort this so that goes. We have a bunch of shit here that we never put in here. Yeah, we have a bunch of like random stuff that we never. This is all stuff we need to glamour. Let's see. We have three things. We got 5. Do I have them on me, don't I? Yeah, so I don't need I need to put that there anymore. I need one more thing that I can just throw in here, so let's just just do that. This. That way we have everything in here. Slowly but surely, we'll keep everything in here. I forgot I never did glamour crystals because I never, like, got them. Yeah, we'll keep. Yeah. Yeah. We'll edit that one to be this way. Save. And then let's keep the eyes. We'll keep our eyes visible. Yeah, there we get enough. We got an entire bag, so we got a lot of room now. That was the main goal. We need to get a lot of room. Let's go back to the firmament and check out the diadem before we end this video for sure. We still got a lot of stuff to randomly do, so. Technically not a lot of stuff to. I'm gonna check. I have no idea. I might not be good enough to gather like anything from the firmament. Because if I can't gather it consistently, there's like no point in doing it at all. In that case, we'll go about unlocking more stuff first. Information on the items required may be viewed under okay. Took the liberty of verifying your skills, and by all accounts, you are an accomplished gatherer. Diadem is unlocked. I thought he wasn't gonna say anything, so you must be miner, botanist, or fisher of level 10 or above. Okay. You may travel or solo. You're free to form parties. Please note that the fishing holes require you to first learn certain traits by completing class quests. Okay. Let's actually look. Has anyone spoke to you of the materials you require? While most are commonplace and can be readily had, some are unique to the project's needs, and I need hardly mention that the resources found in the diadem. Rather than name each and every one of them, I shall write you a list in your log. Okay. That's what he said. Lily, ever the cipher sorry. Will you be traveling to the diadem today? Yes. So it is time for us to physically see the diadem. I actually personally like this place. Mind you, I usually like turning on music and listening to music while I do it, and not just because it is pretty much let's watch it, you know, and just gather, and that's it. That's all you're doing. So for the next like 20-30 minutes, whatever I decide, depending on what we're skilled at. Like I said, if I can't gather it, I'm not going to waste time. I'm going to get better gear first. Do the actions, so we have this. See the diadem, okay. Do so by exiting in the beauty finder. Okay, so we want to go this way. You can see, so when you look here, on the minimap, you can see where the miners, you always want to go the way you can see the stuff right away. Because from what I've gathered, they do a very specific way. And so like clearing each one, you see how there's two? There's always two that are pathing through, so as long as you repeatedly do two, you're fine. Okay, so I can gather this one at 100%, so we're good there. As you see, then it appeared another one on the minimap. Yeah, okay, so the earliest ones at level 10 are gonna be 100% for us, so we're good to go here. This is a really good place. In my opinion, some say it's not to just level up, because you're leveling your stuff up, and then you're also gaining the stuff you need for future like crafting. And as you see, all the enemies are non-aggro, peaceful, and they are level 80. So don't wanna accidentally swing at it. Hey, we already leveled once. We're getting like 1,000, whatever each one. So like, it's not bad at all, honestly. I probably should look, because I think there's a bonus to getting a free company buff that gives you a bonus of experience as well. So I could probably get even more experience. But I would advise you to try to keep these as even as you're going through, so you can see both of them at the same time. Because they trail separately. Depending on how big the map is, you kind of have to like focus one and then go back and get the other one. But if I get to 2, I'm getting almost 2,000 experience a pop. Yeah, I need 37,000 level, but you see, I'm almost there again. I personally leveled to, I think on my main account, when I was like sick at one point, I just did that, and I just leveled all the way to like 70, just fucking around here. I spent a long time here, mind you. It was not that I just, you know, rolled over and, you know, leveled up that way. I spent a long time here. But, like I said, I think it was one of those days that I was, like, sick. I was just, like, listening to music, toned out, and I literally used, as you see, on the side, the Diadem. It has 175 minutes. You can be here for 175 minutes before it kicks you out, and I used to stay here for the majority of that for like an entire run. Also, all this stuff that I collect, to get the usable stuff, you need 5 of each. So if you have like 1 or 2, you actually can't, like, I don't know the term. Is it like accepted or the approved or whatever? You can't get it approved. So I have 20 now, but I'm about to hit, yeah, I have 21. So I wouldn't be able to get the 1, but I would be able to get the 20 out as like approved material. So it starts filling up your inventory with like useless as well if you. So I kind of like sit in here, spend here quite a while, and then go out. crafting side of it does take quite a bit. You will probably have to spend a few hours in here. Like, no joke, at least a few hours. Depending on what you're doing. To get stuff. And you might not even have the stuff you need. You can fly in here, by the way. So that's another thing to keep in mind. The place I currently am is one of the big ones, so it's harder to keep them all together. See, I'm another level again. Like, it adds up. It really adds up the more like, especially in the beginning. This is a really good place to, like, level up your gathering, in my opinion. Also, I personally find these corrupted sprites to be the best ones to hit with the auger. If you're gonna craft a lot. The reason being is they give you random crystals, clusters, and shards, and you end up needing a lot of crystals and stuff. You could do other things, so like it's not a guarantee, you know, you don't need. But each like enemy is guaranteed to give you a specific thing, whereas the corrupted sprites give you random shards, clusters, or crystals. As you'll see again, this one won't be earth this time, most likely. Yeah, it was water this time. Water shards, crystals, and clusters. You can look at it in inventory, is it? Yeah. See, this is where we hit. So we got 63 water crystals, 64 earth. It can sometimes give you nothing but shards, and depending on what you're crafting, you need to have, it's like, first like 20, 30, 40 maybe levels of crafting is shards, then at like the middles are the crystals, and then the very high ones are the clusters. Mind you, like, you can go out and just mine the crystals and stuff, but if you're not really high, because some of the highest like skills make it really easy to get the crystals. Now if you're the highest on that, another thing you could do with the auger and or the compressed ether or auger or whatever the fuck it's called, instead of doing for the shards, you could it's not the best, but you could choose to do, like, for example, like the trees you could hit with the auger while you're mining, because then you're guaranteed to get the botanist stuff. Because, like, again, and also when you hit them with the auger, they'll have the higher level, the higher tiered stuff. So, like, likely, like, you hit one enemy and it might have, like, the rock salt, but it'll probably have the spring water and the true spring water as well or something. Stuff that you might not be able to mine out. So that's another thing to factor in, what you, kind of like whatever you're looking for. It could be beneficial to do either way. I personally do the corrupted one. It just allows me to not have to farm the crystals as much generally. But I have, even so, like in the beginning, I definitely had to. Because even doing that, I was still running out. Or it wouldn't give me the specific one I needed, so I had to farm fire because it wouldn't give me fire, but I had all the other ones. Now we have auto sneak. What were we when we came in here? I'm curious, actually. like genuinely curious. I wonder if I can go back far enough. Probably not. Oh, actually, it has a lot of Menlock here, though. We went in here. We were 23 when we came in here, because we're already 27, so just a little bit of time we spent in here. We've already went up 3 levels. This is why I say about like this in general. This area is what you need to unlock to do the crafter stuff. You shouldn't bother with them really early on. I did, and I had all my crafters at level 50 before I went into Heaven's Ward. Same with the gatherers and stuff. And honestly, it was just a waste of time. Like, by all means, if you want to do it, do it. I did it too, like I said. But, yeah, it's definitely a waste of time to do it early. Say there was definitely one that I didn't snag back here. But yeah, what I was saying about this is, like I said, there's always 2. This goes for if you're the botanist too. I've never fished here, so I don't... Honestly, reading about the fishing just now was my first remembering about fish, because when I actually played this area, I did not like fishing at all. I'm still not a huge fan of fishing. But I've been focusing fishing on my main character, well, my current main character, and it's not bad. It's just it's not my thing. I have no idea if fishing here is worthwhile to level it. I've heard not. Oh, there's more earth ones. I don't want to get each element. We're probably gonna spend the majority of the video here at this point. And I'm gonna demonstrate this. I'm gonna demonstrate this like a full run of whatever I decide how long to stay here. And then after that, I'll do future ones by myself, like off screen, leveling up. Because this is all I'm going to be doing, over and over and over again, depending on what I need to do. It's another reason why I decided to put them in the company chest. So, technically speaking, if we need some, and I've got it on my other character. Oh, there we go, 28. 4? Oh, we're at 23, so yeah, we're cooking. But now, as you see, there's no 2 here, so when I jump over here, there should be 2. Yeah. Now, what I'm talking about that is there's 2 here now, 2 separate ones. Can't see the other one. Oh yeah, right there it is. So there's 2 here now. If I had not made both of them go over here, the other one would remain over there the entire time. Until I made my way back around, and I would only be mining 1. That goes for the botanist too. So that's why I recommend making sure you see both of them like vanish from this map and go to the next one. That's what this is. You just go from like one. You can't see the map yet, but you can see all these tornadoes. These are all the jumps to the different islands, and then you'll just keep doing this, and then you'll end up back here. And when you end up back here, it will appear back there, and you'll just keep going that way. Also, I've noticed that anytime it like snows like this or whatever, the corrupted sprites go away. So you can only hit the corrupted sprites when it's like sunny. Excuse me. I'm catching a cold from the snow. Just kidding. But yeah, actually, I can demonstrate something real quick. So, I will waste, and I use that in quotation marks because it's not really wasting, my auger here. Let's hit the Diadem ice trap. It gave me 10 tufts of hemp, 10 tufts of sesame, 10 cotton bolls, and 15 Gosium Castle cotton balls. So those are all botanist stuff, and that's always what it does. It always, I think each enemy gives you a specific. So if you hit an enemy and you know like that's what I'm looking for, keep hitting that enemy with the auger, because you're most likely gonna, I don't know if it ever changes. I think outside of the sprites, the other ones are scripted to always give the same thing. So I would always recommend doing that. And like I said, in my case, I want the crystals. But honestly, ideally, it's probably better to learn what enemy drops what item in the Diadem. I've never done that. I'm sure you can look up on like the Final Fantasy like console Wikipedia or whatever the hell this site is that I usually use for looking like for fish stuff and whatnot. But as you see, both of them are here again. They vanished from the last one. When you're doing this too, by the way, they always trail, like, they take a path towards the next map. So you always can kind of guess that they're going to keep heading. So in the case of like this, that is very straightforward. You're only going to trail off this way. So if you get used to the maps, you can kind of know where they're headed. And the more you know where they're headed, the better it is. Because you kind of can guess where they're going to show up. The hardest ones is like the big one, like I said. Like this one that's right here, from here to here. By far the farthest. So level 29. We do need to be like level 50 for what I want to do. So it's gonna take a while. I want to make an entire round. I might make an entire round and then pause the video and go like a second entire round by myself. Just because. We'll see. But even so, as you can see, nothing's gonna really change here, so technically speaking, I wouldn't have to show this anymore. You get the idea of the Diadem. And I really don't need to show you the botanist side of it, because it's the same thing. The only thing is, you'll, instead of finding like rocks and stuff, you're gonna be smashing it against bushes and trees. Literally the only difference. I am going to wait to do that, just for other sakes of stuff. But yeah. When you get to a certain level, you get these items, and they increase your experience up to like level 70. You'll get an increase, and you get them around like level 60-ish. And they work for any of the gathering. So what I'll end up doing is, like, since I'm gonna be probably not having much use of it on the miner, because I'm gonna focus on leveling up the miner now, I'll use that to level up the botanist a bit more. That's kind of how I did it. So I would advise to like level 1, and once the 1 is higher, then level the other one. But yeah. Again, all of this is whatever you want to do. Some people never do any of this stuff. To my understanding, some people actually avoid this completely and only do combat stuff, which is perfectly fine as well. Especially if you have a friend that does this, because then you don't have to worry about it yourself. They can do a lot of the stuff, you know. There we go, level 30. I still need another 20 levels for what I want to actually do, but I mean, we're not lowering our experience very much, to be honest. We're still getting like, what, 2,000 a pop? Yeah, we need more experience, but I mean, okay, it is getting a little bit less, give or take. It's around like a little less than 2,000 a pop if we get the double. But saying that we only need 68, so let's say we get the 900. Just round it to 1,000. We just need to hit like 60 of these, and we'll level. Which each one is 4 to 5, so we do need to hit a lot of these nodes, but again, it's literally just go and do it. See, you can see the botanist doing it there. Bigger one, so don't need to worry too much. See, now I push this one to be next to that one, so like I said, I'll run an entire round on screen, and then I will probably run more. Honestly, I might grind out to level 50 before leaving, because I probably easily can before leaving the Diadem, like running out of time. It shouldn't die out then. And in doing so, I can start the next section of what I want to do, because I'm pretty sure I need to be 50. Maybe potentially 60. But I think 50. And even if not, we can do the rest of the minor quests. I'll have to look up the timing of the one, so I don't remember what time it is to do it. We'll probably, if we do that though, we'll do it in the next video. I'm not, because it's gonna be more than just like run here, run there. Nope, we're done snowing, so we have the heat again, or whatever it is. I think it actually is called something like that. Umbral dust storms. Nice, we got wind crystals now. Handful of them. I only see one, so I think we've already pushed the other one to the next map. Let's see if we see two when we land. We do indeed. You can just fly across if you don't want to use that. I just always find... Oop, we got ice ones too, that's good. Good. We need to get fire though. Especially if we're going to be using the blacksmith as our initial crafter to unlock stuff. Because I'm pretty sure they use water and fire dominantly. Fire more so than water. But we do have crystals, so... or shards. Which I think is all the beginning stuff. So we'll see. I'm like already planning what we're doing next. My brain's thinking. Calculating. I've done all this stuff before, so I mean... It's nothing new. My crafters on my main. Ooh, there we go. That's a good one. 67 fire crystals. Let's go. My main character that I started like 3 years ago. They're, like I said, they're only in Shadowbringer. I'm far from endgame, whatever. But my miner is level 90. My combat can only get to level 80. Like that's the not. It can get higher because of other reasons, but like Shadowbringer's end level is 80. My miner is 90. And at the time when I played consistently on that character, that was max level for a miner. I didn't have the max level gear because I needed to be an Endwalker. But yeah. So I've put a lot of time into crafting and gathering in general. I wonder which profession uses earth crystals dominantly. Because we're getting a lot of earth crystals. Maybe we should detour and use that one instead. I'd have to look at like what they use. But see what I mean? Why this place is best for like leveling in the beginning? You would spend so much more time like looking for each node, getting all the like each unique thing, and just grinding out. Because I did it. Like I said, I did it. I found specific nodes that gave me good experience, and I just kept grinding out and getting like a bunch of iron ore or a bunch of mithril or whatever it was that I was getting at the time. But honestly, the experience was not as good as this. Go get the other one because that one's near the jump. And by the way, I think by now, because I said minimap, I didn't even think to show it off, but I'm talking about up here, where the cursor is moving at the moment. This is where I'm talking, because we can see there it appeared there. And we can see the tornado there, and the other one should be right here, I think, yeah. So I'm trying to push them both to the tornado. Again, typical, you know, what I'm doing. Same thing I'm doing in every other one. We have, what, one... I'm gonna jump across to here. So 1, 2... So like 2 more islands before we made a complete group. Nice wind crystals. I think at this point, did we get one of them? Oh wait, not there. Here. Oh, we haven't gotten lightning yet, but we've gotten at least one of each. But yeah, see how we had 0 like in all of these. See, now we actually have some stuff. Mind you, it can take 1, 2 crystals per item you craft, so you'll burn through that fast. But saying that, it's good to get it, you know. Yeah, I was right. So there's gonna be that one, then there's gonna be this. But yeah, I personally, at least, like I said, if you have an abundance of crystals or don't need crystals as well, then obviously don't hit the corrupted sprites, because that's all you get from them. And it's RNG which one you get, so... We're walking. I gotta walk through the tree a bit. See, we're still getting about 1,000, 2,000 a pop, so yeah, it's taking a bit more, but I mean, like I said, we were what, 23 when I came in here, and now we're 33 in like half an hour. Again, it's not maybe the fastest, but it's definitely the like easiest, I think, is the best way to say. Because you're not worried about going to new locations. It's very predictive, I guess, is the best way to say this. Because again, you can follow the path. Or sometimes the radius for like outside stuff to gather is like way bigger. You definitely probably get, depending on what it is, you probably get more. Because I know like when I'm fishing, I'm but it takes longer, so I don't know. I would have to like really get out and like test again leveling elsewhere. But I still stand behind this is the simplest. Especially because depending on what you're leveling for crafting, this is you're gonna need a lot of these materials. A lot of them. So why not, you know, level up while gathering them? Where we at there? Now we have one more. And obviously you could use your mount between each thing, you could fly over, you could do whatever. You could definitely make this faster. I'm just doing this very chill. Also, if you are higher, like if we get better gear, like perception, we're gonna guarantee that we get the higher stuff. This is the most nightmare one to do. Because likely one is gonna split off this way and one's gonna split off this way, and you're gonna have to go back for it. This is the one where you might get confused where it is. I didn't know back in the day that that's how it worked. There's like 2 nodes at all times and only 2. The more I spend in here, I noticed that. I've never like read that that's confirmation, so that's just my personal experience. But I mean, if you can't tell, that's how it's seemingly working. So let's leave that at the beginning, and let's purely focus on this one. Get it to the end, and then we'll go back. See, we're, like I said, we're already, what, 34, so... Definitely on the smaller ones, I much prefer keeping them even. But on these, you can't really do that, so... And also on these big ones, you definitely want to do this. Like fly around, because there's a lot of stuff. That one's right next to the jump, so let's go back and leave this one all the way over there. Also, there is, later on, you get, like, these special nodes. And you can fly to, like, a special island in the middle here. And they'll have the special nodes there. But I think they are, like, all, like, 60 plus to mine them or something. I don't think there's something you can get easily early on, so they're not something you need to worry about, because I don't even think you could be. Because what is the level? I'll look real quick. Is it not... Unspoiled nodes are 46. So you gotta be 46 before you can even access unspoiled nodes, so... Now that they both should be up there. So let's jump and make sure. Whee! Well, as you see, we're back at the start. We made an entire circle through all of this within, like, what, 30, 40 minutes? Maybe a bit more than that. And we went up over 10 levels. 11 levels we went up. Because what, we were 23, now we're 34. Now, I'm going to keep going. Like I said, I'm going to pause the video right here. I'll come back either when I'm level 50, or we get kicked out of Diadem. So right now, it is 134 minutes left. When I come back, you'll see that's changed quite a bit, so see you then. Hello. I just made another full loop, about 40 minutes. And we are on level 42. Also, because I've been doing Corrupted, we have quite a bit more crystals. Over 100 in each one. Almost 100 clusters in some of them. Quite a few items. I don't remember how many items we had before, but I am gonna do another run. Because I think doing another like 30 minutes or so of this, I will be able to get to level 50 or close to level 50. Yeah, so I'll be back. I just wanted to say what, like, clock how long it took me. We were, again, what, it was like 30, 34, something like that. So we didn't quite get 10 levels. Obviously, the experience goes up substantially as you level to like a higher level tiers. Um, but we've been making good experience and um, getting it. So yeah, I've personally just been listening to music as well. When I paused the video, I had music playing. Um, so yeah, I'm just like vibing and doing this mindlessly. So yeah, 92 minutes. Let's see how long it takes me to get to 50 from now. Next time I unpause this, it won't be a. Even if it's more of than one lap, I'll be level 50 probably. So I'm just curious. 92. Let's see where it goes. Hello. We just hit level 50. Something I always do when I'm here is see how I'm almost filled on one of the compressed ether up top on the left. I always go, even if I don't plan on doing much more or whatever, I always go until I fill that up so I can fire. Yeah, see, so I can fire one more time. We're really close, so I just wanted to explain that as well. I always do that. You see, we've got quite a bit of crystals since the last time. I think it was what, 92? So it took us like 50 minutes to go from, what was it, 42 to 50. So what? It would have been like 2 to 3 hours to go from 20 something to 50. To do this, you just get to the duty and just leave. I'm not gonna spend more time there. I could, but I'm not going to. Once I demonstrate all this, so you go to this guy, obviously the inspector, and you can just hit auto submit, and you see you have it in chunks of 5 is how they do it, and then you get that. And as you can see on the other side, they tell you how many scripts you get. So for like, we got almost 100 for the 500 one, so on and so forth. We have some here. We don't have a lot. Okay, so that's all we have. So what do we actually like wind up? Actually, surprisingly, we wound up almost even on like everything. That's almost unheard of. We'll get rid of these 3 because we can't trade them or anything. But yeah, that's how you do that. Obviously, like I said, we have some scripts now. I have no idea what this dude does. View my score. Your shit just blah blah blah. My botanist is 39, I guess because... Oh, I didn't want to do rankings. My bad. When you bring a item in a book, I guess that's just what we read earlier. I think. It's a rewarder based on your thing. Okay. I don't know anything about that, to be perfectly honest. We do need to get going and unlock. Because as of right now, we don't have any crafters that are level 20, so the next time we're going to deal with crafters in general. What's the... like 2,000, isn't it? Yeah. We only have like 500, so... There's going to be a lot of stuff we need to do in general. But for now, I'm going to say like, comment, and subscribe. And see you in the next one. I'm going to do something else and I change over some stuff on my other character stuff before I record tomorrow's video. Well, tomorrow when you're seeing this. just to speed along some things. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will continue exploring about crafting and the firmament and everything. Because we didn't get to the crafting side of Firmament, and also we will do the rest of the base game, A Realm Reborn's minor quest. So we're gonna be doing a bunch of stuff in the next video, a bunch of like random side stuff. So, like I said, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.